Mr. Mayor and City Council people, my name is Brenda Slocum and I am an employee of Friends of Gold Butte. And I'm here to read to you today a statement that was prepared by Terry Rylander, who is the president of the Mesquite Senior Games. Council members and mayor, as a citizen of Mesquite, I am greatly disappointed to see that you have placed an item on your agenda that appears to support the review and potential rollback of size on the Gold Butte National Monument. The monument boundaries have been carefully and considerately drawn through many months, even years, of discussion and negotiations with the Virgin Valley Water District and others to support our water district's access as well as continued recreation by all Americans. Those negotiations already produced a compromise in size from the originally proposed boundaries. These current boundaries must remain in place to protect our town's history that lives in the Virgin Mountains and the further cultural sites spread all throughout the Gold Butte region. A one-day visit by Secretary Zinke is not enough to understand the impact of any potential changes. There is absolutely no logical reason to make any boundary changes, and it is a waste of your time and resources to even pursue this. As a citizen, I am dismayed that there was an agenda item even created. I remain hopeful that intelligent minds will prevail and you will reconsider and/or oppose this resolution. Sincerely, Terry Rylander. Thank you.
Good evening, Mayor and members of the Council. My name is Gina Bone and I'm the Executive Director for the Friends of Gold Butte. Well, for starters, I just want to share with you the perspective of thousands of citizens in communities surrounding the monument who have, for the past 2 decades, expressed their support for preserving Gold Butte. And they've done this through letters, through petitions, through polls, public statements, public comments. We truly love this land and the knowledge and history that it has. Gold Butte is both a museum and a laboratory. The antiquities here tell our collective human story. We oppose any effort to reduce the size of Gold Butte National Monument. In fact, we think that the monument should have been larger to include the northern Mojada of the Virgin Mountains. This area is critical habitat for the Mojave Desert tortoise, which is a living antiquity and it's threatened with extinction. The expanse of Gold Butte National Monument is necessary for 2 reasons. 1, to tell the continuous story of our human relationship with the land, and 2, to preserve a unique diversity of ecosystems and wildlife populations. Protecting Gold Butte National Monument does not mean closing it off. Rather, the monument designation ensures that all people can continue to enjoy it for generations to come. This means implementing land management practices that protect the natural and cultural resources from damage, degradation, and decline, and at the same time ensure that access to those resources is safe, responsible, and respectful. We believe that land management is a collective community responsibility. A love for this land is our common ground. All of us, all of our common ground is a love for this land. And what better gift to leave to our children than a magical place that tells the story of our collective humanity and allows us to wonder at its spectacular natural phenomena and stand in awe of its amazing beauty. I just wanted to address really quickly regarding the Virgin Valley Water District. We believe that Virgin Valley Water District should have access to their springs water rights and rights of way, and we feel that the proclamation provides this. Moreover, we feel that the springs and water rights are better protected because they are specifically protected in the proclamation language. There are 2 paragraphs in the proclamation that address water rights. They are both on page 5. I'm not going to read them now because I also just want to talk a little bit about the resources that have been given to Gold Butte. So I know there's been talk about funding, and as we all know, the president doesn't hold the purse strings, so no resources weren't promised in a proclamation because a proclamation cannot do that. However, in the past 6 months, the BLM has hired an acting monument manager. They have put in signs, they have developed brochures, they have done some community outreach. I have recently heard that they've hired a ranger to patrol that area. They have staff, research staff, and law enforcement patrolling the area, and they've submitted 2 grants for SNPLMA funding that total over $2 million. So I believe that the resources, the funding resources, we can find them. And the Friends of Gold Butte is in it. We want to help with this, and we want to see this monument protected in its entirety. So we oppose this resolution. Thank you very much.
Good afternoon. My name is Nick Marquardt, and I am a fan and a supporter of Gold Butte, so therefore I oppose Resolution 927. The reason I do so is I'm an avid outdoor enthusiast. I hike, I bike, I camp, I do everything I can as much as I possibly can in Goldview, and therefore having this protection and this available opportunity for me to do so is something that I'm going to take advantage of. Councilman Baldwin, you asked, is there any better way we can protect this? And I'll answer that no, there really isn't. The federal government does this because there is something special that the state of Nevada has. Democrats, Republicans throughout history have used the Antiquities Act alike to support the same thing. Governor Sandoval worked with the previous administration to ensure that Goldview and the water rights that the Virgin Valley wants to maintain are going to be controlled. In a statement that I do have copies of, if anybody wants, I will quote him by saying, "We also worked with the White House and Department of Interior to ensure Nevada water law is adhered to and that the Virgin Valley Water District would have access to its water infrastructure for continued development and maintenance. Any comments referring to OHV use or other access," goes on to say, "additionally, we work to guarantee that the designated area would still be open for recreation, hunting, and multiple use activities, including OHV trail riding." This is an area that is protected. If you've been there, you know what it's about. Water is important. We all know that. We're all from Southern Nevada. This is a way to do that. The Antiquities Act is a tool that everybody has seen work in other places. There have to be water rights and water issues other places, and the Antiquities Act has never been overturned. Why start in Nevada? Why start with Goldview? We need to keep this protected. I am opposed to Resolution 927. Please keep this as is. Thank you.
City Council, my name is Greg Anderson from Wampanoag Heights, Nevada, and I just want to say that I think we need to protect Goldview. I mean, it's sacred to our people. We had given up our land, 2.3 million acres, which this city sits on. It is part of our land back in the day. And so I think that we protect that place because of the spirituality of that place. I mean, I worked here in Goldview. I worked out there for many years when I was growing up as a kid. And I know the whole area. My grandfather was born in Goldview, Francis Swain. He was born in Goldview. So a lot of that area means a lot to our people. The salt down on the other side and on the Colorado River, and the salt down on this other side. All these places here that are out there. There's a cave out there that BLM named it Firebrand Cave. But that cave means a lot to our people. That cave has 4 different colors of paint in that cave, and that cave is very sacred to our people. It used to have a bird foot printed at the entrance of that cave, but it has now disappeared because of people going out there and taking things off there that ain't supposed to be. That was full of baskets and cradle boards and yucca ropes and all of our stuff we used throughout our life, and we lived in that desert, you know, and that was a water source. There's a lot of water out there that a lot of people don't know of. You know, that you've been out there. A lot of these ranchers, I know they all been out there. And I've been right along with them when I was a kid. I grew up out here. My dad worked out here, but my dad was always out there all the time. We used to come out there to go view. Way up there where they had that little mine up Cedar Basin. All the way down in Mockingbird, Quail Canyon, all these places means a lot to our people. All these areas are very high in spirituality to our people. I heard the lady from Goldview, Friends of Goldview, say it's magical. That ain't the word for that. It's the spirituality of that place what brings our people. We're missing things in our life today. And that's why we feel like we're unbalanced, because of the bighorn sheep. We got all our hunting rights taken away from us. You know, the bighorn sheep means a lot to our tribe. The bighorn sheep was born up here on this mountain, up here on the Mormon Mesa. And that's where Mother Earth gave birth to. They'll let us talk about that. And that's how they travel. If you ever see these petroglyphs that are out there in Goldview, and you see the most panels of the sheep, a lot of those sheep, according to our petroglyphs, whether we believe in them, that those are our people. When they're bunches, they're talking about the sheep. But when they're single, they're talking about our people, the Paiute people. And that's how we come about this whole place. And I'm very very proud of this place. I'd like to have it a monument, and I'll stand behind them. I just think that a lot of people need the education on where we came from, our Paiute people. And I could go out there and show you a lot of things that you could eat, you could drink. There's a lot of stuff out there that our people use every day. The yucca, the banana yuccas, all those things out there, the different cactuses.
Excuse me, sir,
different-
I have to hold you 3 minutes, but you can speak again, there is
Well,
public
I'm
comment,
good.
there is public comment at the end also.
I'd just like to thank you, but let's make this a monument, please. Thank you.
Mayor, City Council, good evening. My name is Jim Boone. I'm not from here Valley, I'm from the next one over in Las Vegas, but I do spend an awful lot of time out here. And in fact, my friends joke that I spend so much time out in Gold Butte that if you want to mail me a letter, just address it to Gold Butte and I'll get it. I'll bother to send it to my home. I would like to voice my opposition to the resolution. I think that perhaps this notion of passing a resolution to ensure that Mesquite has his water supplies is probably a good idea, but you wrapped it up in all these national politics, and it really muddied the waters quite a lot. It makes it a big mess. There is no precedent for undoing a national monument. This is going to be tied up in the courts for years if it gets that way, probably until the next administration comes in which case they might not be interested in following it through. But in particular, I'd like to address the area proposed for exclusion. Now, national monuments are designated to protect certain objects, and the objects are the things that are defined in the proclamation. One of the objects of this is the vegetation on the north face of Virgin Peak. That is the uniquest ecosystem for this area. It really is special. It is a scientific resource, unparalleled anywhere in the area. We know that for the history of, well, for the last 10,000 years, this area has been drying out. The Ice Age ended 10,000 years ago. This plain we're standing on now would have been a pinyon juniper forest. During those 10,000 years, which is a drop in the bucket in geological time, the land is dried out. This doesn't support pinyon juniper here anymore. If you want to see that, you've got to go up in the tops of the mountains. There used to be ponderosa pine forests up there, white fir, Douglas fir. All of those are gone except for a very small Pleistocene relic population on the north face of Virgin Peak. In fact, we had thought that all the ponderosa had burned on fire in the 1950s. But there actually are some survivors up there, so there are some ponderosa pines, as are mentioned specifically in the proclamation. I reject any notion of removing that scientifically valuable area from the national monument. Also, regarding the size of national monuments, is there anybody here who is opposed to Grand Canyon National Park? Anybody? Show of hands. Anybody doesn't like Grand Canyon? Grand Canyon was established as a national monument, the entire big thing. There is nothing in the law that says a national monument needs to be a small, tiny thing. We oppose to this resolution. If it had simply been access to the water, you probably wouldn't have any people here. But with all this other stuff wrapped up in it, we're opposed, 100%. Thank you.